My spouse has been banned from US for 3 years due to failures of our lawyer. Edit potentially facing a 3-year ban. Has been gone a year. My wife has previously hired this attorney to file an extension for her to shelter in place and stay in the US longer than 6 months. During her 6-month extension we got married and hired him again to help with her immigration process. The extension lapsed for 7 months before the immigration paperwork was filed and he made no mention of this overstay and/or that we should take any additional actions. She is now facing a 3 years ban and is somehow being punished for leaving too soon and staying too long. We've reached out to other immigration attorneys and no one wants to touch it, as they typically take cases start to finish. We feel our attorney has failed us on multiple accounts and we are still beholden to him. He is unresponsive, has never called me back 12 attempts, selectively answers only some of my questions when I email, stays weeks to respond, and has taken no ownership of his role. We've been hesitant to file a complaint with the bar and ultimately would like to sue him for tearing us apart and dashing our hopes of starting a family in the near future. What are our rights? I work in finance and there are so many organizations that hold us responsible when mistakes are made. How is this not the case for attorneys? Thanks for reading, sorry it's long, any insights are greatly appreciated. You are free to report the attorney to the state bar, but they are not there to discipline lawyers for mistakes but for breaches of ethical rules. Not every mistake amounts to incompetent representation. Proving legal malpractice is incredibly difficult in general, even harder in a non-litigation case, and I doubt you'd find a lawyer to take this on a contingent fee basis. Your wife is not without responsibility here, it's fair to point out. There's a big difference between green card and employment card, which clearly stated it wasn't an immigration document. The card is not even green, it's red. Just because you hire an immigration attorney doesn't mean he's responsible for all your immigration issues for life. What was the scope of work that you paid for? When did you pay? Did you notify, engage, and pay the attorney in sufficient time before the extension lapsed? Probably not. Timing is critical. There aren't enough facts presented here to support a malpractice case. She's facing a ban, or has been banned? Your wife messed up. What do you think not valid for re-entry to the United States means? Also, he was told the incorrect document. You were lucky he picked up the phone without charging you. Your wife messed up, don't try to punish others for her mistake. Lawyer was correct based on the information she provided. Can't fault the attorney. Green card is a whole different thing from work permit. You guys are not children and fucking shit up. You're lucky they are even forwarding what sounds like the approved I-130 to Canada, because if she was trying to adjust status in the US, USCIS would keep the approved petition and then you would have to file an I-824 to forward it to a consulate, which is additionally taking like 2-3 years. I would double check to make sure that is what is really happening. I am not a lawyer. What do you mean extension for her to shelter in place in the US? How did she enter the US prior to your marriage and her leaving the US? USCIS has recently, I think, been decoupling ARDP combo cards because their processing times were atrocious, so they prioritized deeds so people could continue to work. For what it's worth, I know there are immigration attorneys who would take on this case, so I would keep calling around. Your lawyer should have checked but is not legally liable. The ultimate responsibility lies with your wife for actually taking an unlawful action. Should your attorney have checked your file? Yes. But your wife had a document that told her that she couldn't travel and she did anyway. That's how the law sees it. Even if she asked and was told one thing, the attorney is not an actual authority figurehead within the US, so they can't give her permission. Sorry you're going through this. Why did she not get the advance parole travel permit? Just offering some human advice, but maybe consider embracing the adventure. Move to Canada. People are more important than jobs and houses. Are you a US green card holder or US citizen? While this won't help with the lawyer issue, have you contacted an elected official's office? Congressional and senatorial offices have caseworkers who help with issues like these. Sorry this is happening to you. The real villain here is the US immigration system, which sucks and takes forever. Normies have no idea how bad it is, and a lot of users can't vote. Report the lawyer to the State Bar Association. They'll investigate and hold him accountable accordingly. Related question though. As I know an American that married a Brit who then got denied entry back to America after visiting family in England. Why does marriage not allow you back in the country?